So I am very privileged today to be sit down and chat with owner of IWN, Billy Wood. Thank you for taking this opportunity to sit down and chat with me. I do appreciate it, Billy. Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome, Jordan. Happy to be on, happy to chat. And happy just to shoot the breeze, and we might as well get it in now. Obviously, it's New Year's Eve, so happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you. Did you have a good Christmas?
Busy Christmas, very busy. One with regards to just family life, as you can imagine. With three girls, it's always busy. But on top of that, I also obviously involved in football. So the Christmas period it's like everyone else has time off, but in football it's full on.
Never stops, does it?
No. Well, until May, and then we can have about 3 weeks rest, and we're all back for pre-season. But no, it's been a fun Christmas period. What about yourself?
So Christmas, I worked from the 22nd till the 27th, and then pretty much from then I've just winding down the batteries, just trying to relax and just take time by time. And then I've got, sorry.
Good for you, my man.
Yeah, and then I've got over the next couple of days, I've got you on today, I've got someone else on tomorrow, and then I've got the day after. So it's pretty much busy for the next couple of days, I've guessed.
Brilliant.
I've got someone in the Anuahi family. Do you know the Rocks family?
I do indeed, yes.
Do you know Lloyd Anuahi? I think I said it right.
Yes, yeah, I know the name. Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to be having him on, I think, 2 days' time, so that'll be good.
Brilliant. Awesome.
So we'll get down to some questions and hopefully know a little bit more about you. I mean, I've done my research and stuff. You're a very, very, very busy man.
Yes.
And you've dipped your feet into quite a lot of nests, haven't you? You've been pretty much about NWA, Defiant, Impact, IWN. You've pretty much done quite a lot.
Yeah, well, I've been wrestling promoting since it's actually 15 years this year. So I've been involved in the wrestling business for 15 years. It's not always been plain sailing, let's just say. But from the time I started to now, it's been 15 years. So yeah, I've done a few bits, made a lot of mistakes, that's for sure. Had a lot of wins as well on the way. But yeah, it's been a fun time, and happy to divulge and discuss. But when you say busy, you're right. I think even though I don't think it's going to happen, I think one of my New Year's resolutions is to be less busy in 2024. So
can't see that happening.
I can't either. But I woke up this morning and it was I'm too flat out. I need to slow down.
Yeah, I mean, I do appreciate you taking your time out and doing this. Honestly, we've been speaking for the last couple of months and trying to work this out, and I do appreciate it.
No, I don't know at all.
So, how did you and IWN came about? Because I remember before it used to be IPW, didn't it?
Yeah. So, long story short, I had a promotion called Fight Nation that was doing pretty well from 2015 to 17. In 17, we really kind of amped it up, and we were selling out shows, having really good like touring runs. So we were doing like weekends. So we'll go to Kansas. Like it wasn't based in a particular town. So a lot of independent promotions, if you look, they might run, I don't know, Burnley, or they might run, for example, North. They run where they run, right? Newcastle. Fight Nation, I didn't want to create that. Well, we're based here. This is it. This is who we are. And then we're going to branch out at some point, especially in a little regional town. So the whole concept behind Fight Nation was to hit regional towns across the UK, starting with the southeast and southwest. So we would do shows in Eastbourne. We would do shows we did a show in London, Eastbourne, Canterbury, and Weymouth. So we literally, Weymouth's 4 hours from me. So but we did that because we wanted to do as many shows as possibly can, but not, I don't know, do once a month in a certain place because we just weren't big enough at the time. And it really worked well for us. It worked really well. And in 2017, I agreed to purchase IPW UK, which I did. Merged it with Fight Nation, and we stayed under the IPW banner. So we kind of dropped the UK bit because the idea of the international pro wrestling United Kingdom it didn't really make sense to me. So we were international pro wrestling. The whole point of that was to have international pro wrestling stars around the world, not limit ourselves to just the UK in the sense of location where we wanted to go with things. And then we took over July 2017. Last previous promoter show was the anniversary show in September. And we from that point took the notch up, and I think we really re-established the promotion that was probably slipping away a little bit. And I don't want to get into I'm sure everyone can kind of after effect, the allegations and
2020
on the previous owner, and she defiantly tries to fight to this day, but no smoke without fire. So we had a big old fight. We survived it. Got into 2018, 2017. We ended the year with an incredible show, Undisputed, which was I think we had 650 people in Rochester, which was great. Then we went into 2018. Those allegations came out, affected us a little bit, but we fought through it and decided that one person wasn't going to, regardless of their history and the fact they were the creator of the brand, not destroy the brand going forward, let's just say. I feel like the best years of the IPW promotion actually were booked by Andy Quilden, obviously, as we know, owner of Rev Pro, as he was the long-time booker promoter of IPW. He just didn't own the brand. And Rev Pro obviously came from the fact that Andy didn't want to do it anymore with the previous IPW owner and set Rev Pro up. Literally everyone turned up to an IPW show and they were told, we are Revolution Pro Wrestling now. And I feel my job was to try to not recreate what Andy did, but to create moments that kept the brand and the company as one of the top in the UK. And that came with expansion into new markets, making it more of a UK touring brand, let's just say. And it, it worked. It didn't work. But there was a lot of different factors, but it definitely was an experience, that's for sure.
I mean, you've got the two 2-day event coming up in January?
No, so we got it's just a tournament. So the 26th of January in Hastings, Black Box. It's a venue that I own personally. So that's why we've been doing our shows there to start with. It's got to crown a new champion. We haven't had a champion since Rob Lynch in 2019. And we put some really good names on for that. And then we actually returned to Unit 9, which obviously the passing of Curtis Chapman. I've seen a lot of photos from those shows that he was on at Unit 9, and some videos as well, which have been great to see. And it'd be great for us to go back to Unit 9 after such a long time away from there, and bring back that crazy Milton Keynes vibe that we had there in February.
Yeah. So what can you say that we can expect from IWN in 2024?
Great professional wrestling. I'm not interested. Yeah, comedy is fun. Doing fun moments that we can all tweet about and put online. Great, not for me. Some of those things aren't for me. Comedy and wrestling, yes. Not a fan of, let's just say, gimmicks of bringing people that are non-wrestling in to try and pop wrestling. Let's get wrestling over. Let's get professional wrestling can draw. There's no denying that. If you look at ICW back before back on the boom, the original Progress, Rev Pro, like even Rev Pro now, Rev Pro, they sell their shows based on fantastic wrestling, right? Great wrestling, a narrative that can be followed, and they do the numbers. We want to stick to great professional wrestling. Yes, there'll be comedy. Yes, there'll be moments that will be memed. Yes, there'll be a little bit of fun along the way, but we aren't. For example, we aren't like they were previously. We aren't Riptide. We're not a Riot Cabaret. We're not one of those sort of promotions. And they tick a box, and they're great. Especially Riot Cabaret are killing it right now in a venue that I've promoted 3 shows at previously myself. But that's not what you're going to get from IWN. You're going to get wow matchups. You're going to be like, wow, okay, never seen this before, or I want to see this. You're going to get the best characters in professional wrestling. You're going to get, you're going to see, like we've done in the past, we're going to elevate talent, give them an opportunity to really, really shine. And that's going to be us.
Yeah. I see you've announced Leo Rush, Jonathan Grisham, and HollyHood. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. HollyHood Hayley J.
That's it. So Jonathan Gresham and actually Jordan Oliver will be on our Super 8 Championship show in January. Leo Rush and Hayley J will be on our Parade of Champions show in February. All 4 have got an incredible response. Absolutely incredible. Like Milton Keynes is, the tickets, I expect us to do Will Ospreay, Pete Dunne numbers, which was our largest show at Milton Keynes in February. That's where it's leading to.
Jesus, that's going to be a banger.
Yeah, for sure.
Correct me if I'm wrong. This is going to be HollyHood Hayley J's first time in the UK, you know?
First experience for her in the UK. She's excited. We're excited for her. Hopefully, the first of many appearances for her. But yeah, there's no denying the Netflix series has boosted her profile.
Yeah.
And we noticed that too, and we think she's a very talented performer, and we want to bring her into the National Wrestling Network and see how she can mix up in our women's division.
Yeah, I'm really gutted that I can't make that one, because reason being is because that show I'm in the Caribbean.
Well, and you could be at the cold of Milton Keynes or in the Caribbean. I even though I'm biased, I would choose the Caribbean. So fair play to you, mate.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I would definitely have been there. For one, to meet Hayley, and Leo Rush, 2 of my favourite, because like you've just mentioned there, that Netflix show was a hit.
Yeah,
and I just recently had Doug Basham. I mean,
cool.
we spoke about obviously the Netflix show and how it impacted, and they're up for awards, and they might be getting a season 2. They're just waiting for the nod, so that'll be really good to see.
Yeah, that you can see the effect, because OVW started doing sellout shows every week and on every Thursday, right? So they shoot TV live every week pretty much, and suddenly those tapings they're not trying to scrape people through the door to get them on. They were sold out in advance for like weeks on end. So it definitely had an effect. Well, a second series will keep that going. But it's on them now. Now they've had that exposure to really, really step the game up and keep those crowds. It's tough. It's tough keeping crowds. I'll tell you, it's very tough.
You've been very fortunate to work with some incredible talent over the years, and you've produced some matches. I think the Will Ospreay and Pete Dunne, like you said, it's never been done before in 25 years. Correct me if I'm wrong, from the day that it happened.
So with that, Pete and Will have faced each other a handful of times as singles. They've done a bunch of multi-man matches, but that match was so it was actually lightning in a bottle moment, right? So Pete was the WWE UK champion. Will just won the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. We noticed an opportunity that we could have a WWE current champion. Now, people online are saying, "Oh, he wasn't a WWE champion." He was a WWE champion in the sense of he was holding a WWE belt, and a New Japan champion, an IWGP champion for the first time since Hogan and Muta in 1993 to wrestle each other. Right now, don't get me wrong, Hogan and Muta were the respective heavyweight champions of the promotions at the time. Pete and Will wasn't, but it was the first time two champions from either promotions faced each other. And we announced it. And I remember at the time I was at a football game, I was at Brighton Palace. I come out the game because you don't really get signal, especially in 2018, which it was. You don't get great signal in football stadiums. So I came out of the football stadium and I had loads of notifications on my phone. So I'm flipping out, what's going on here? And we were trending worldwide. We were in wrestling #1 trend, and I think we're the third worldwide or third or second trending topic in the world at the time, which was absolutely mental. Completely sold out, and yeah, it was just probably could have fit more bodies in. We didn't want to risk it because we have a great relationship with the venue, but it was incredible. And till this day, a WWE champion has not faced a New Japan champion. So it's the only match in the last 31 years that's happened. And we're actually releasing it today.
Awesome. Wow.
Yeah, so it'll be released on our YouTube channel for free. And the truth of it is, it didn't get released at the time because they were both contracted to major promotions. Out of respect, I felt, being two major promotions in the world at the time, probably the first and second, the way New Japan was at the time in the world, I didn't want to just put it out. So I actually offered it to both WWE and New Japan. And I said, look, you guys can release it. I don't, but only if you both agree. So the deal had to be that WWE wanted to take it and New Japan wanted to take it, because I didn't want to give it to one, not the other.
Mm-hmm.
Then it goes out, for example, on the network, and New Japan, like, what the fuck? That's our champion. That's not,
Mm.
And the other way round, I didn't want it to go on New Japan service and WWE go, what the hell's going on here, sort of thing. So I put it to both. WWE actually didn't want the footage. They didn't didn't want it. I got a message from Regal making it very clear that Paul wasn't interested in the footage and would like to wish me all the best. So they weren't interested. New Japan were, and New Japan wanted the footage, but without WWE, I wasn't willing to give the footage. And even if I didn't want a penny for it, I just wanted the match to be seen because I thought it was an amazing match. And naturally, if it's on both of those channels, we're going to get eyeballs on our product. So that was the plan. But neither took it. I never ever asked for money, not once. That could never ever be disputed. Didn't ask for a penny for the footage. It was just, do you want it? And they didn't. So I thought, well, I don't feel comfortable releasing it. I was doing stuff with Pete at the time. He ended up doing our anniversary show later on that year. We didn't film him for that. At that point, the deal with him and WWE changed. So the WWE talent, we could talk about the NXT UK situation in a bit, but that I left it in the archives, and everyone, it's funny because everyone asks me about it all the time. Oh, we remember the show, but I've not seen it. Is it anywhere to be seen? Like, no. It's never going to be seen. And I thought, well, it's been 6 years. What's the worst that can happen? Will's leaving New Japan. He's off to AEW. Pete's now Butch. What harm is this gonna cause? And it's a fun match. It just it helps us reignite our YouTube channel, which is close on 8,000 subscribers now. And we want to keep pushing that, and we want to put all our historical content through that. So yeah, that's the story with Will and Pete.
So really, you could technically argue you knocked down the forbidden door.
Well, you'll find out tonight, I guess, if you watch it at 8 p.m. New Year's Eve.
I will be.
Obviously, this is going out afterwards, so if you see it see it before then, or click on it now if you want. But yeah, effectively, I love saying the line "not been done since Hulk Hogan and Great Muta," which is quite fun. But yeah, it was.
I think you can't say that, can't you? Because it's not been done.
Yeah, exactly. Officially, we can.
So would you say that's one of your highlights of your career, having that match?
No, not one of the highlights. It was fun. I think I more enjoyed. Actually, my highlight. I've got two highlights, and they're not from international talents. I've done great things. I've had Marufuji versus Doug Williams, which was unreal. We've had the Austin Aries Mark Haskins series, which was great for us. We've done some ridiculously great. If you go through the history, the matches that we put on, unreal. Doug Williams versus Chris Daniels, Daniels versus Mark Haskins. Never ending. We've done some great things. But the two moments for me, actually three moments. International Battle Royale 2018, I think was the Kip Sabian winning that Rumble from number 1 to 30 after losing the Sedfors title earlier in the night was a changing moment for Kip within the promotion, like going from Sedfors champion, annoying little brat, to effectively potentially being the main eventer. Kip actually cashing in that title opportunity and winning was an unreal moment, an absolutely unreal moment. And another highlight was our anniversary show in 2018, I think, as well, where after a small hiatus due to storyline, Rob Sharp made a return, like an unannounced return, and the roof came off in Maidstone. It was unreal. And Rob's a personal friend of mine, became a friend through my years of promoting. I was best man at his wedding alongside Mark Haskins. And to see that moment for him when he wasn't too sure how he'd be received after a break showed me that you can have all the biggest international talent in the world and all the superstars, but making your own is hard. But when you do it, it's so rewarding.
Yeah. It's them unexpected moments that just like make you appreciate it more.
It just shows that when you invest time in people, it can pay off. And when respectively both of those, when we had the opportunity, both of those, it just showed for me, these guys these are our homegrown guys as such. We've invested time and energy into producing them, and they're smashing it. And I think those were the highlights for me. Other great matches. I think anything with Luke Dragon Phoenix has been brilliant. We did some great things with him. Him winning the Super 8 was fantastic in 2017. Just the Hurricane Helms Kip Sabian match was fun with Jarrett coming out. All those moments in our archive. We're proud of them. Yeah,
you've got all this footage, and you've pretty much got when you bought IPW, it was now IWN. You've got such a catalogue with that, and it's mind-blowing.
Yes, we have, but I'm more proud of what we did afterwards. So, yes, we've got the footage. It's been illegally uploaded on another YouTube channel at the moment, but we, in all honesty, don't give a flying hoot. It's tarnished. A lot of that stuff is tarnished. And we don't. We've got the history, and we pride the history on the championships and what have you. But what I'm proud of, if you look from 2017 to May 19 as a period for IPW, even 15 to 17 Fight Nation, so 15 to 19, if you look at that period from Fight Nation to IPW, some of the most incredible matches some of the most fun moments, some of the best wrestling, without a doubt. You know, some of the most crazy surprises. For example, Sabu appearing unannounced in Milton Keynes, our first ever Milton Keynes show. At the end of the show, appearing completely unannounced, crowd going absolutely bananas. Can't believe Sabu has turned up. Let alone having the talent like Tyler Bay and whoever else we had in that show. And then the show after that, having Keith Lee versus Dave Mastiff. And, you know, these matches, they're undeniable, right? Undeniable. Magnificent 7 match, you know, Cara Noir and Kip Sabian. It's just been fun. All the Tuesday night grab stuff that we did. So that was, we saved the Lucha forever, effectively. It went under. God rest his soul, Ryan Smile. Just got a little bit over his head financially. The show wasn't going to happen. We stepped in and we paid all the talent. Didn't make anything from ticket sales because they were already sold. But effectively saved that show. And then we took on Tuesday Night Grabs in Manchester up until 2019 when I passed it to Chris Brooks, Lycos and Aussie Open at that time. The venue and the concept. But, you know, all the things that we've done, even things up there and some of the teases of certain things, or it showed that we can have fun, but the environment's got to be right for it. So that's why when I said earlier, we're not right, Cabaret, we're not, I don't know, like we're not going to get an EastEnders star on our show, or we're not going to get someone from the bill, right? It's just not going to happen for us. Not what I'm into. But in that universe, we created some interesting moments, and they're still doing it now. You know, Lycos is killing it with Nomad Pro, and fair play to him. It's fun, and in that environment, it works. The stuff they do there, he's not going to do on Progress, but that's the beauty of wrestling. It's subjective, and you can create these little universes within the niche.
Yeah, I mean, IWN 2024. I mean, just for the first couple of months, the shows are just going to be off the charts. I have no doubt for that.
Yeah, you know. But the trick we've got to do is we've got to be consistent. We've got to continue. And I think I've been hands up. I've been guilty of losing steam and not continuing. So 2015 to 2019, you know, it was a great run. But after the NXT UK talent grab, let's just say, which fair play to talent earning full-time money working for the WWE, you've got to take it. But then suddenly when you're losing all your top heavy talent, and then AEW comes along as well and takes, and rightly so, Kip Sabian, who I think has been hugely underutilized in the promotion to this day. Yeah. But, you know, they take that sort of talent and you're proud of that because you want them to succeed. But at the same time, you're now scrambling to keep up to your levels of delivery for your fans. So what you panic and you're thinking, well, I need to bring in XYZ talent from the US. So you're spending more, you're not making more, you're losing. It can jade you. And that's why I have to give props to people like Andy Gordon, who rode the storm incredibly well and got through it when I couldn't see a way through it. And that's why I stepped away. Tried a few things since that I haven't really been true to myself, and I think with IWN and the reason we didn't call it IPW was because IWN was always around. So when we took on the IPW, the on-demand service we called IWN Live, so International Wrestling Network Live. Mm-hmm. So it was the same logo, just different letters. It was all integrated with IPW. And we just felt, rather than calling it IPW and then people just look at the IPW history, or calling it Fight Nation, everyone looks at Fight Nation history, we thought, well, no, we're just going to blend those years in and and it's called IW International Wrestling Network, and that's it. We still put on international pro wrestling events. That's who we are, but we are now known as IWN, and we're excited for 2024 and hopefully beyond. But it's up to us now to keep the pace and keep things moving.
Is there anything you can tell me for 2024 that's not been announced?
We'll have an official, legitimate women's champion at some point. Kira Kamira stole the belt at the last show, so now we will address that in the new year. We will have the tag team titles will return, so we'll have the tag team titles return early in 2024, and let's see, and we will have this year. We will have an international battle royale. We will bring it back for 2024. Dates we confirm.
Awesome. Is there any other locations apart from the venue that you own and Unit 9 that you're planning to venture out to next year?
Yeah, we will be in Coventry. So obviously Wrestle Carnival had stopped. Their last show is end of January. Gary's joining us as one of my executive producers in the live events, which I'm glad to have him on board. He's going to be an integral part of what I'm trying to achieve. And, you know, I like the way he runs events, and he was at our first IWN return show. And I think having him part of the team is a smart move, having an extra pair of eyes on the products on the day, rather than me running around doing everything. Having someone who runs events alongside me for those things will be fantastic. And we talk most days as well, so I think he'll play a big role in what we're doing. So we'll be at the HMV Empire in Coventry later in 2024. And I desperately want to get back to somewhere in Kent, just trying to find the right venue for us in a town that or city, because I've done a city in Kent before. Just got to find the right place. But we aim to be a touring brand. That's what we want to be. With live events pushing a narrative that people can see quickly. I think content's king, and that's why our YouTube channel will be our main source. Like, people go, well, why not put behind a paywall and people pay £10 a month? I think people are overstretched financially at the moment. So why push people for another £10 a month for 1 or 2 shows a month? Watch them on our show. Watch them for free. Buy a ticket. Come along. Be part of it. And that's what we're trying to promote. So we're not going behind any paywall as it stands. If the opportunity presents itself, sure. But right now we need to be accessible, and YouTube will make us accessible.
Yeah. I read something, and I think I watched a clip, or someone mentioned that you was, I think, close to buying the NWA at one point. I think I read 75,000, weren't it? I think
I was very close. So in 2016, I think. So I was an NWA affiliate. I didn't have a falling out. I just had they didn't agree. I thought they were killing the brand, which effectively they did. And Billy Corgan's taken the scorched earth and tried to do something. I don't think it's really connected at all, but it's better than it was. Let's just say. Yeah. But yeah, I tried to buy it. Nearly did. But yeah, didn't happen. But it could have been a different Billy owner in the NWA, that's for sure.
I like what you did there. A different Billy owner. That's mad. How does one even come close to working for like NWA, or how did that even come about?
Connections within. They wanted a better presence in the international market. They had no presence. They had a very small promotion working with them after Hamlet called New Breed, and just like a lot of the US promotions at the time, it was very, no disrespect, but there was no production value, no feeling or anything. And our concept was, well, we're gonna add some pride back to the brand, and we did some incredible stuff. But I couldn't continue doing what we're doing with my affiliate promotions looking as poor as they were, because it brings you down. And for me, I wanted us to be here.
Yeah.
They were, some of them were like here in the sense of presentation.
Yeah.
And that's the NWA needs to be here in presentation regardless, and it's got to be a standard. And that's how we grow. The owner at the time just didn't really have he felt he would say the right things, like he had this vision, he wanted TV and wanted this, but really didn't have it.
So if I could say to you in this time, a year's time, so 31st of December 24, that what you would want to achieve or what you want out of 2024, what would you say that you want to achieve and stuff?
Consistency. That's it. Whatever consistency brings, that's what I want, is consistency. So we'll have good times, we'll have good shows that sell well, we'll have shows that sell bad, but we need to be consistent. And that's probably the biggest thing I've learned since COVID, within my personal life as well. Consistency is the thing that's probably been lacking the most. So let's get back to being consistent. Let's get back to being that version of myself, that version of a promotion, and let's push forward, consistently push forward.
Yeah, I like that and I respect that a lot. Would you want to obviously get next year out of the way, and then would you say 2025 or end of next year? I don't know, depending on how everything is and stuff. Would you say you want to like venture, I don't know, Europe or somewhere local just to see?
Look, I guess for me, it all depends, mate. It all depends on a few different things. So opportunity. So I think we make our best and worst decisions always based on opportunity. Like we all make mistakes with opportunity. We all make great decisions and change our lives with opportunity. That's the truth. That's life, right? An opportunity comes up, you take it. 2 months later, or at the time straight after, you go, "Oh my God, I should never have done that." Right? An opportunity comes up, you take it, and let's say it's a job opportunity, or you were just right place, right time, so you achieve something, like bumping into a Hollywood celebrity. Like, it could be anything. It's an opportunity. That's life, right? So it all comes down to opportunity. If the opportunity presents itself and it's right, then great. If not, no skin off our nose. We'll take our time.
Do you know what? You're a very wise man, Bill. I'm not gonna lie.
I am. I need to take my own advice at times, so that's for sure. Because I'm telling you, I am not one who hasn't made mistakes, who hasn't bet on things and won. I've not won every time. I have lost thousands, hundreds of thousands of pounds from betting on things, not actual bets, but for going into an idea or pursuing a business opportunity or taking a risk or buying a stupid car. Like, I've made mistakes, and I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of because only people talk about their achievements. And like you said at the start, I've had a lot of achievements, but no one talks about how they they make mistakes, how they mess up. I've messed up. I've messed up.
I've definitely messed up.
I've taken investments in projects, and the projects have failed, and the investors have lost money. I've invested my own personal money, thought it was the right thing to do, and it's gone wrong, and I've lost money. I've taken job opportunities and turned others down because I thought it was the right job to take, and it wasn't. I've taken other job opportunities, and it's completely changed my life for the better. So making decisions or doing things, that's life. And as long as we're not killing, abusing people, whether it's mentally, sexually, whatever, if we're not doing those things, or we're not killing people, we're not bullying people, People are allowed to make mistakes. People are allowed to win. People are allowed to lose. And I think in this day and age now, people are so scared to do the wrong thing or make the wrong move, right? That we're creating an anxiety culture that needs to go. It needs to go away, because we all can try things and it can work. And we can try 10 things and the first 9 fail. And then that 10th time we do something and it's a rocket success and changes you, your family, your friends, and everyone's lives. So let's stop being scared, right? Let's enjoy the moment we've got on this earth, because we've just witnessed a young man at the age of 26 pass away. Okay. No one's talking about the reasons of his passing, and it's not for me to share. But life's too short. It's too short, and we as humans need to realize that when it's done, it's done. Don't regret anything. Even the mistakes, don't regret them. That happened. Move on. If people want to hold a grudge against you, fine. People want to slag you off, fine. But they can't hurt you. You can only allow it to hurt you if you're anxious about it. And I can't do this. I can't. No, because I did. I tanked a promotion, right? At one time, we ran so much in debt at IPW that we had to pay people off over months. Does that make me a bad person? It's a business. We made business decisions and lost. Who lost the most? Me, really, because it wasn't the company paying anymore, because the company can afford it. In the real world, outside of wrestling, a company goes into administration and no one gets a penny. But if you do that in wrestling, you're the devil, right? So we have to think about those situations. And you look at 1PW, right? Why is Stephen being castrated the way he is? Shouldn't be because he made financial errors on a business, which he did. He completely did, right? It should be the way he's dealt with that. The hiding, the running away, the blocking people,
promises,
the promises, the foul promise. That's why that's why the poor me sympathy card. That's why people can not trust. But he's not going to be the only one that's got money problems, right? He bet big and went for it and lost. And got to give him and the team all the, not the credit, but fair dues. They went for it. Right? They went for it and they lost.
Yeah.
But just call everyone up and say, look, I can't pay. Don't call them up and go, I can pay you in a month's time. Bear with me, I'm sorting it out. Just say, I can't pay you. But I can pay, let's just say I owe you 500 quid. I can pay you £40 or £50 till it's paid off over the next 10 months. Sorry, that's all I can do. And then at least you brought yourself time to solve the issue.
Honesty is the best policy.
It is, but it's also the scariest thing, because admitting you're failing or admitting you can't do something is scary. I've been there. I've been there myself. COVID, I lost a lot, but we have to pick ourselves up and move on.
True, man. Very true. So I'll do a few more questions and then we'll wrap it up here. So we talked about IWN. Do you still speak to? You've got quite a few contacts at Impact, haven't you? Now known as TNA as of January. Yeah,
good guys. Wish them all the best for the future. I don't think we're doing anything more with them, but I wish them all the best going forward.
Yeah. You currently worked with them. Was that in October? Was that right?
Yeah, just worked on the tour. We worked on the tour together. I don't want to take too much credit for that, but we did. We worked on that tour alongside North and also Gary as well, Wrestle Carnival. So, but yeah, we helped with a lot of the logistical side of stuff, which was fun.
Who would you say is your Mount Rushmore of wrestling? I ask everyone this just to see what their reaction is and stuff.
All time, right?
We'll go all time and then we'll go current if you want.
Okay. All time, obviously, Stone Cold, Rock, Hogan, and that's a hard one.
Everyone always struggles with the last one.
No, definitely Stone Cold without a doubt. Rock without a doubt. Hogan because it's Hulk Hogan. This is a hard one, but I'm going to choose just because I was more of a fan of his, and I think the '97 Canadian run was so underrated. I'm going to go with Bret Hart.
Yeah. Best there is, the best was, the best there ever will be.
Oh, without a doubt. Oh, sure, it was between Bret and Shawn for me, but
yeah,
go for Bret. Current, couldn't none of them. I don't think many can lace the boots of the previous generation. Personally, whether they're better workers or not, I don't think. I don't think. Actually, that's rubbish. Will Ospreay without a doubt can.
Okay.
Will Ospreay without a doubt. I'm gonna do British actually. Let's go British. My Mount Rushmore of British wrestling, I'll be Will Ospreay, Doug Williams, very underrated, never mentioned much. I would say Justin Richards. FWA run was incredible and one of the most knowledgeable. He was 10 years ahead of where he should. If he came 10 years later, he would have been a huge star. Justin Richards, huge star. And final one of my Mount Rushmores. Ooh, this is tough. For what he's done and the longevity, I'm actually going to put Mark Haskins in there.
Yeah, I think he don't get the credit as much as that he deserves.
No, mental, absolutely mental. So
I'm quite surprised that he's not in WWE or AEW.
Yeah, without a doubt. Or he had his Ring of Honor run. But yeah, Mark is an incredible talent, and also, by the way, one of the nicest people you ever meet.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Because I'm always one of them that obviously you see him play the bad guy character, but then you talk to him like after, and he's down to earth guy.
Mark's amazing. Just the most chilled person you ever meet.
I get that sense. Sorry.
And nice guy and super witty, and as an amazing family. The kids are lovely. Growing up, they grow every time I see them and see Mark and Vix, and then they bring the kids to a show. They seem to just grow so quick. It's actually pretty scary. We've got their eldest and my eldest are the same age, so the fact that they've got a soon-to-be teenage boys is freaky, but they're great people.
Yeah, I get that sense that he's such a down-to-earth guy and he'll do anything for anyone. Do you know when you get that vibe from someone?
Yeah, totally would. He totally would.
Who, if you could, we'll pick three. If you could for 2024, just the 3 talents that you could bring in for 2024, if you could.
Firstly, we worked with him a lot in the past, and would not be as cheap as he was back then, but it'd be great to work with the main man. Well, I would say current AEW World Champion, but he's not anymore, right?
Nope.
Love to work with him again. Love to work with Kip because of his history, the promotion. I think it'd be great to have him back. And then the suplex assassin himself, Alex Kane, would be someone I think would add a lot to IWN.
That's a unbelievable 3. I think MJF has grown as a character.
Yes.
Over the last year. I think Kip Sabian, one of my favourite Brits over the last 5 years. I think there was a promotion last year that did I think one night. They call it one night only, but they always say that. BWR, they had him for a show up in Cleethorpes, I think, or Grimsby. Could have got that wrong. So it proves that AEW are nice and let other people work. And then Alex Kane, I think he's tearing it up in MLW.
Yeah, for sure he is, and I'm excited to. We'll work with him at some point. I'm sure we will.
Yeah, well, thank you, Billy, for coming on. I do really appreciate it. I hope you have a good new year. My last guest of 2023.
There we go. So look, best of luck for 2024, and hopefully we'll speak soon.
Thank you, mate. Take care. All the best, mate. Take care.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers.